Good morning, elements. Welcome back to the channel. This is Leo. Excuse me. How are all of you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Natisha, Grand Rising. Hey, Mimi126. Hey, guys. I hope that all of you are having a beautiful start off to your Wednesdays. We are almost to the weekend, which is a complete blessing. But I just wanted to come live and just give a couple of notes on a story that has been trending here in Detroit. And I'm actually in between everything personal that I've had going on. I've really been tuned in to this very unfortunate story of pretty much a beautiful young lady being taken advantage of, basically existing in a space where a lot of trauma had been going on throughout the entire family. Okay. I'm going to drop in the chat just for any other content creator that wants to jump on this story that is happening now. I'm going to drop a playlist of two videos in particular that will give you a great start, and even subbies. If you have heard about this story and you want to get like the whole thing from beginning to end, I actually created a playlist and there's two videos. The first video within the playlist is that of a guy here who his name is Mark D. Anthony or something, Mark something, but I know he's in charge of 7 Mile Radio here, and he has really been covering the story, and he also is in connection with some of the family members. The particular live that he did some months ago is 5 hours long, but it's a lot of tea being dropped. You get to hear from one of the aunties, which everybody is really questioning. She was one of the witnesses that testified in his preliminary hearing. So it was not a trial, it was a preliminary hearing. And you hear another family member. It pretty much went down. It's a lot of tea on that 5 hour live. Okay. I watched the entire thing. He's on Facebook, but he also have a YouTube channel here called 7 Mile Radio. So he's done a lot of coverage on it. And like I said, the difference with him is he's actually been in contact with a lot of the moving parts of the family. Okay. Then the second video is a channel to where this lady interviews two of the cousins, because pretty much it was one side of the family that had been seeing what was going on as far as a lot of inappropriateness happening within that home, and they were trying to call CPS, do a lot of different things. And then you got the other side of the family, which are the people within the home, the grandmother and her daughter, who both were on the stand, that was pretty much trying to cover up for this sorry ass nigga. We just gonna put it like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that playlist in there. I only chose those two videos because that will catch you up on what's going on today, because it's a lot of different coverages going on. I've been watching a lot of them, and that's pretty much what's happening. Okay. Hey guys, hey anybody I missed. I'm gonna try to be as precise as possible because I also did take some notes. Okay. So, for all of you that are unfamiliar with this case, this right here is 13-year-old Naziah Harris. Okay. This particular picture was taken on her school tablet January the 9th, which is the last day that anyone saw her. Okay. This is when she went missing. And just like Kim Worthy has said in a press conference when all of this first came out, is that it was as if she was waving goodbye. They still have not found her. People are, of course, assuming that she is deceased. Okay. But anyway, so all of this takes place January the 9th. She had been living with her grandmother, whose name is Annette. Okay. If you watch the preliminary hearing that happened last week, you will see who Annette is, and you will also see who Shannon is, which is Annette's daughter. Okay. Annette's daughter, Shannon, happened to have 5 children with Jarvis Butts. Jarvis Butts is rumored to have over 20 children with several different women. Okay. Now, how Naziah even got with Annette, which is the grandmother, is she pretty much took her in because Naziah's biological mother, who goes by the name of Lady, had pretty much been having issues all of her life. Okay. She actually ran away from Annette, her mother, when she was 13 years old. It was just a lot of stuff going on. Okay. And the reason why you will keep hearing me mention Annette and Shannon is because when you watch the actual preliminary hearing, when it comes to both of their testimonies, it was ridiculous. The things that they were saying, that even the judge, when she was making a ruling to go ahead and take this to trial, she even commented on how she just didn't believe anything either one of them were saying. It was really ridiculous. Okay. So try to follow me here. So Annette, the grandmother, let's go into her history. And these are some of the things that you will hear in the particular video where 2 cousins were on there, and they were basically giving the history of the family. Okay. So the grandmother, Annette, adopted Naziah and her brother, whom is now 17 years old. Okay. She had a history of going through sexual trauma herself. The grandmother got pregnant at 11 years old, when she was 11 years old, and she pretty much, was off the chain all her life, pretty much what happened. Okay. She ended up having some children herself. Shannon, the daughter, which is a twin, she ended up meeting Jarvis Butts when she was 17 years old. Now, this is the thing. The auntie was very much aware of his past, of him being a sex offender. She was very much aware of that. But then she still proceeded to go ahead and have 5 children with this monster. Okay. Now let's bring back to the day that Naziah went missing. Naziah goes missing January the 9th. She did not come home. She was supposed to get home. Usually she would get home between 3:15. The house, which was the grandmother's house, who she was living with, was right around the corner from the bus stop, a 5-minute walk. She did not come home. The grandmother and Shannon, her auntie, whom was living in the house with the grandma, did not realize that she was missing until 6 p.m. that evening. Hey, CCN TV, didn't realize she was missing until 6 p.m. that evening. However, even though they claimed they went and looked for her, they did not report that she was missing until the next day, which was January the 10th. And then even when they went to go mention that she was missing, they went to the school police. Okay. They went to the school police. The school police does their own investigation. It wasn't until February the 13th that the Detroit Police Department, who should have been called immediately, but it wasn't until February the 13th that the Detroit Public Police Department was notified of this whole thing. So that's damn near a month later. Okay. That is after the school police finished up their investigation, and I guess they couldn't go no further. That's when they decided to call in the DPD, which is freaking ridiculous. Okay. So I want y'all to understand what it is that I'm saying. The girl goes missing January the 9th. The family does not report it until January the 10th. The actual DPD is not notified until February the 13th. Okay. Hey, shish. So it was dropping of the ball from all over. Okay. Now, when it comes to Jarvis, again, his history of being a predator was known to the grandmother, Annette, and was also known to the auntie, which is Annette's daughter, Shannon. And she had 5 children with the man. Okay. There was an incident in 2022 that was mentioned to where another 13-year-old came over. Jarvis inappropriately touched her in the basement. She runs and immediately tells Shannon what's going on. He stays downstairs and acts as though he don't know what's going on. But then when he hears all the commotion, he wants to come back upstairs and ask what is wrong with the girl, because the girl was so traumatized by what happened. One of the other cousins ended up finding out what happened because Shannon told her. And so the cousin like, okay, well, did you call the police? You know, what are you going to do about it? Because clearly this little girl is traumatized. This was somebody else. This is not even Isaiah. This is somebody else. Shannon lied, and the grandmother Annette lied, talking about that they were going to call the police on him. They never did any of the sort. That was just one incident, okay? Now, bringing back to him getting arrested, because I'm trying to give y'all the quick version. Once y'all watch the playlist that I put in the chat, and it's also inside of the description link on this video, and I'm going to put it on my community wall right after. I'm just trying to give y'all a quick version because it's so much, okay? When he got arrested, when Jarvis Butts got arrested, he did not get arrested initially for Naziah Harris' disappearance. He got arrested for 2 more young girls who are now adults now, or one of them is an adult now. The other one is now 11 years old. But he got arrested because they accused him of SAing them for years. And guess what? The one that's an actual adult, the oldest one that came out against him, guess who the hell she is? She is his actual blood daughter. So he was penetrating his own daughter, one of his own daughters. Because mind you, like I said, the man got over 20 children spread out all against. Okay. The second victim, who is now 11 years old and was the child of one of the many women he was dealing with, she was 4 years old at the time, and he penetrated her. That's why I put trigger warning. He penetrated her and gave a 4-year-old chlamydia. That is the reason why he got arrested. And then they added the Naziah Harris situation onto it. Now, if you watch the preliminary hearing, it was very disturbing. They read out text messages between him and her, which were very, very sexual in nature, very much inappropriate, very much letting you know that he had been grooming this little girl. Mind you, Jarvis is 42 years old. But it was very just disgusting to hear. Also, it was apparent that she was pregnant because she was even complaining to him about the fact that it was going to only be so long that she can keep hiding it. She was speaking about the fact of it was getting hard for her to keep lying to her gym teacher about not being able to participate in activities because of the fact of her being pregnant and her not letting anyone know. Okay. They also show where he actually Googled searches of how to perform abortions at home, drinking antifreeze, all different type of things that he was Googling. That was very crazy. If you want to see the preliminary hearing, there are several channels where you can actually find it that it will pop up, but it was very, very disturbing. They had some of the baby mamas, a few of the baby mamas testify. They had his fiance, and I think he married too. It just a whole bunch of mess. The grandma They even have videos of because Naziah used to do TikToks. They have videos of the damn refrigerator. There actual being an actual lock on the refrigerator. They also have text messages of Naziah having to ask Jarvis for money so she can get some sanitary napkins. It was just a house of just bullshit, a whole bunch of stuff and abuse going on. Annette, the grandmother, had children of her own. A lot of them ran away. Now back to Naziah's biological parents. Again, the mother, who goes by Lady, she has some issues because of, the abuse that she grew up in, but she is very much present now. She had been out looking, helping to look for her daughter, but her and the biological father, because they said that the mother was into like building houses or whatever like that. In between her, of course, having problems, with drug use and stuff because of the stuff she went through, and so they ended up meeting on the job. Her and the biological father. He was married, had a family at the time. They end up dealing with each other. Naziah's mother ends up getting pregnant, and they have her. Okay. For you will also, on the video that I put in the playlist, you will be able to hear from the father where he explains what happened. But pretty much, of course, he had to try to figure out what he was going to do because of the fact he was married. He did eventually end up letting his wife know. Of course, the wife was not happy about it. But, when all of this came out about Naziah being missing, you can hear see the father and the actual stepmother on the news, and basically was saying that they wanted to take care of her. They did say that he did keep up with his child support payments or whatever, but the grandmother also would block or try to be in a way of where she would not allow him to be in Naziah's life. He was actually dealing with congestive heart failure at the time. And unfortunately, in the process of trying to look for his daughter and find out everything that's happened, her biological father ended up passing away. Okay. So a lot of people are saying that he pretty much passed away from a broken heart. Okay. And that's what's going on. So the actual trial is supposed to start tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, which is January the 16th. I just tried to give you all an update of everything real quick. But again, please refer to the playlist. Those two videos will put you on a map as far as everything that you need to know, even up to current about the case. Those are the two best videos that I've seen. And like I said, the 7 Mile Radio guy is the reason why I chose him, is because he has direct contact with some of the people of the family. Okay, but watch both videos and that will put you on point when it comes to everything. This is a very, very sad case. Just about hey Rizzo, this is just a very sad case just about a family of trauma that just kept getting passed on and on. And about, pretty much to me, just letting the predator run rampant. There were even rumors about the grandmother possibly having a sexual relationship with Jarvis as well. Again, he had a whole bunch of women. He would borrow their cars. He would stay with one for a second, then go stay with the other. He was taking them to the motel. It was just a lot of mess that was going on. He was a mechanic, and it just didn't make no sense. Once you hear everything that go on, it is very hard to even understand how all of this was able to take place. In my personal opinion, because of the things that I have been paying attention to, because of what I saw in the preliminary trial, of course, this is only alleged. I feel like the grandmother Annette, I feel like the auntie Shannon know more than what they are leading on to. I won't go as far to say that I feel like they have anything to do with her disappearance, but I do feel like they know more than what they're saying. And like I said, if you look at both of them on the preliminary hearing, you will see that both of them were pretty much lying. That's just like when the grandmother first got to the stand and they asked, like they asked every witness, can you point out the defendant? The grandmother sat there and acted like she could not see him. It was just ridiculous, her behavior. Exactly, Felicia. It was ridiculous. Okay. And it's just a message to, I would say, not just mothers, but mothers and fathers, family members, about how you have to be very careful about these people that are around your children, especially when you know that they have a history. This man had did prison time. So his whole makeup was done even when Shannon first met him. And you proceed to go and have 5 children with him. And she had been going back and forth with him. I was nosy. I went and looked on her Facebook, and you can see moments to where she was either going back and forth with the other baby mamas, or she was complaining one time when he was accusing one of their sons of not being his, because I think they got 3 daughters and 2 sons together. It just ridiculous. Exactly, friend. Very horrendous. Right, Felicia Fee, their stories did not add up. So that's just, like I said, I hope this is a good resource to those who do want to, who have interest in the case, because there's so many different videos, but those 2 videos I can guarantee will get you where you need to be, so that you will be prepared for if you want to follow the story, the trial that starts tomorrow, and so that you can get a gist of everything that is going on. That is because actual family members, who a lot of them had been complaining and sending CPS and everything since 2022, which Naziah was 11 years old. So he started sleeping with her at 11 years old. I do believe that the auntie knew about it. I do believe that, the auntie, weirdly enough, was in competition with a little girl. And like a lot of women like to do, we always competing with each other. But also when it comes to young girls who have been groomed, or they display behavior that they should not be displaying at a certain age, the first thing that a lot of people get to like to do, hey kitty Cadillac, is accuse them of being fast, and not realizing or putting the blame on the adult in the situation. I can't stand when I hear older women say that young girls are fast, she fast, and all this stuff like that, instead of realizing that they are the victim. And these are the same type of women that will also sit around and know what the hell is going on, and will not say anything until something like this happens. That's why that mean girl shit is not attractive. I can't stand it when it comes from nobody. But there's a lot of mean girl behavior that happens within the Black community. And there'll be a lot of these seasoned folks that will sit around like they better than thou, and will know that an uncle is inappropriate. They will know that an auntie is inappropriate, and they will sit there and act like nothing happened, and will actually blame it on the child who is supposed to be the damn victim. Also, these men, letting these men around you, letting these men that got a million children all over the damn place. They said that he would like to, particularly in between him having children, which all the baby mamas that he got, they said that all the children he had with all of them, he would always get them when they were young, or either he would pick women who had young daughters and pretty much would take advantage. Felicia Fee, he actually has over 20. He has over 20 children with several different women. And even the women that participate in the preliminary hearing, they all knew about each other. It's ridiculous. So that is what I want to say, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will be doing some more commentary on it. But again, for the 2 videos, look inside the description link. I also placed it in the chat. So if you watch the replay, you will see the actual link fall down within the chat. And right after I end this live, I'm going to actually put it on my community wall And those are the two videos that you can look to in order to catch you up on everything. All right. I want you all to have a lovely day, and I will come back to you guys as soon as I can. Bye, y'all.